Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas history roundup for April 14th. In 1836, after 3 days of faring, General Sam Houston's entire army was on the eastern bank of the Brazos River at Jaredy Groce's plantation. Since General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna's advance force had crossed at Thompson's Ferry, both opposing forces were now east of the Brazos. It is likely that on the same day, Santa Anna, not overly concerned with the Texas army and intent on dealing with the rebel government, sent a black messenger to Houston's camp with the message that he would deal with his troops when he had taken care of the rebel officials. In 1878, a band of about 40 Mexicans and Indians crossed the Rio Grande into Webb County for 6 days of terrorized ranches, killing at least 18 men, women, and children, and stealing about 200 horses before returning to Mexico. Although they were in Texas for 6 days, and appeals had been made to the military, no help came in time. In 1885, Richard King passed away in San Antonio's Menger Hotel with a last instruction to his lawyer, quote, "Do not let a foot of dear old Santa Gertrudis get away," end quote. King was born in New York in 1824 and by the age of 16 was an accomplished river pilot. During the war with Mexico, he captained a steamboat that carried U.S. troops along the Rio Grande. King's first major land acquisition was a 15,500-acre Rincon de Santa Gertrudis grant in 1853. He continued buying land, and after 60 major purchases, King Ranch covered 614,000 acres. King was first buried in San Antonio, but he was later reinterred beside his wife at Kingsville in 1925. In 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum officially opened in what is now the campus of West Texas A&M University in Canyon. The museum developed from the Panhandle Plains Historical Society, which was incorporated in 1924, and it houses a fabulous collection of artifacts depicting primarily Texas in the late 1800s and early 1900s. In 1935, the most notorious black blizzard of the Dust Bowl era occurred in the Panhandle. It became known as Black Sunday, and a news report of the storm was the first to refer to the Dust Bowl as a region. Although uncommon, these storms occurred suddenly with violent turbulence and 7,000 to 8,000 foot high black wall of muddy rain, a result of cold polar air masses colliding with warm Gulf moisture. They were terrifying to observe and terribly destructive to the region's fine soil. In 1979, Byron Buster Brannon died in Fort Worth. He played on the Athens High School's national championship basketball team in 1929, the year before that tournament was discontinued. At TCU, he was All-Southwest Conference basketball guard and quarterbacked the Horned Frogs football team to the 1932 Southwest Conference Championship. He went on to become an outstanding college basketball coach, and his Rice University teams won 2 Southwest Conference championships in the 40s, and his TCU teams won 4 more in the 50s. Brannon is a member of the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. And in 1995, the second strongest earthquake on record occurred near Alpine with a Richter reading of 5.7. It caused major damage in Alpine, Pecos, Fort Davis, and Marathon. All right, that, my friend, was your Texas History Roundup for April 14th. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you back here on the next one. You take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.